mystery plant going on. I've no idea how it got there, no idea what it is. My plant finder says it's the lily family. So if you could identify it for me, I would be really, really grateful. Look at that, strange.
Hi there. So, I'm doing something a bit messy today. I'm expecting visitors this weekend from South Wales, and I'm doing the bedrooms. And what I wanted to do was, I've got this beautiful Victorian chamber pot, and I'm going to paint it black. Just kidding. No, that would be absolutely, I would need to be shot if I did that. But I am going to do something beautiful. Well, I think it's beautiful anyway. I've got these hydrangeas dried, and they're a little bit bland in colour. So what I thought was I would just shush up the colour a little bit. And I've got 6 trays of acrylic paint. I got pink, and the reason I've got 6 is I'm going to pour it over the hydrangea and then pop it in a pot. I've done these 2. That's a bit flat, needs to. I've done these 2, so you see the difference between that and that. Yeah. And you'll see the difference between that, which is the natural blue hydrangea, and that. See, I've got a cream, so what I'll do is, in places, I'll just dab a little bit of cream to give it a little bit of contrast. There, like that. That looks very, very nice, very, very nice. So there we are. So that's what I'm gonna do, and I'm doing the bedrooms, getting the bedrooms ready. 2 bedrooms. But like I say, I've just used acrylic paint. I've got an ultramarine blue, and I've got the 2 trays of it. And that's come out gorgeous, don't you think? Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. I just put a tad of cream. I just just dab it in the cream just to give it a little bit of variance like that. I don't want to get it on my chamber pot, do I? This chamber pot was my great grandma's, and it's got like morning glory. I'll give you a close-up. And you can see that it's very crazed inside. Yeah. When these hydrangeas are in it, oops. See, if you do this, you need to have 2 pots for each colour that you use. That's nice, because you need to pour it. Dipping it is not as successful. You need to pour it over it. Anyway, so there we are. So yeah, so I'm looking forward to and each time you do it, you get a slightly different. Oh, that's nice. Look at that. I dipped it in the cream. Each time you do it, you get a slightly different. Oh, let's get that there before it sets. Yeah, each time you do it, you get a slightly different colour. So let's dip that in the cream. Ooh, very pretty. I've got them in these. So they're going to drip, they are. You need to put them on a piece of plastic or something. They're definitely going to drip. That's the idea. And when they're bone dry, I'll put them in this chamber pot. Gazunda, they used to call them, didn't they? Goes under the bed. We're lucky now, aren't we? We've got en-suites and everything. Didn't in my great grandma's day. But they didn't know any different, so, you know. There you are. That's pretty. See, every time I do it, it's a different, seems to be a different shade. Pour it over. I dip it in and then I pour it over. Okay. Anyway, so there we are. So I thought that's what we get up to today. And I'll give you a view of the, these have to dry for, a little while. So I'll give you a view of the finished article, maybe in tomorrow's video. And by the way, tomorrow's video is special. I'll just say it's special. Don't miss it. Oh yeah, that little touch of cream really, really, really makes it beautiful. You know, you got like varying shades on there. Really beautiful. Yeah. So I'll carry on with this. And yeah, and I'll show you the bedrooms that I'm getting ready for my guests. Family it is. So, from South Wales. So the painted hydrangeas turned out really well. So that's the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed it. And if you did, it would be really lovely if you wouldn't mind subscribing to the channel and liking the video. And with that, I'll say bye for now. And as always, love from the land of mist and legend.